That's right. So I've already handed out assignment 2. Now, remember how I said start the assignment early? You won't get it done if you start it at the last minute. Do you believe me now? Okay. So this one is due in 2 weeks. You'll notice it's shorter. There's only 3 questions. It's only 3 pages. Technically, having done year 10 maths, there's nothing new in this assignment. You should be able to do the whole assignment, but I have made some parts challenging. So you'll see there's a couple of starred parts. That's really going to stretch you. Now, I want to draw your attention to a few things. There are a few typos. Unfortunately, I printed them already. So, question 1. So please make the following changes to your assignment. They are in red on the page. And the copy on Teams has the correct text. It's got the red writing. So, liquid breakfast, that's up and go, is on sale. So the word isn't there, so that's just a grammar error. Then if you go down to part C in question 1, please round your answer to the nearest 5 cents. You are making changes to the assignment. The red writing. Okay, so question 1C, round your answer to the nearest 5 cents, please. First one is just a missing word, is. Something is on sale. Breakfast on sale doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, question 2. Question 2A. Please turn the page. Question 2A, round your answer to the nearest cent. Part B, also round to the nearest cent. Okay, so part A, question 2, to the nearest cent. Part B, to the nearest cent. Part C, please put the words at least in front of the $10,000. This is important because it will change your answer to the question. At least $10,000. Part C, at least $10,000. Part D, round your answer to the nearest dollar. I've done this to make your life easier. Okay? All right, 2D to the nearest dollar. Last page. In part B, I would like you to show some working. You'll see that it's worth 3 marks. So I don't want you to just write a number or to give me a string of equations. I want you to tie it together with some words for me, please. So question 3, part B, show clear working. All right, if you missed any of that, just let me know. I can run through that with you again. The file that I've uploaded to Teams has the same red writing on it. Okay? All right, we can now go back to our workbooks and I'll do some teaching. What's today's date? Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Okay, I've got a question for you guys. When was the first time at school when you saw percentages? Never? What happened? Okay, don't answer that. You're right. Okay. Anyone see it in primary school? Okay. All right. So you see it at high school for the first time? So today should be relatively light, but we are going to do 2 exercises today. So consider this I'll probably have to do more talking today, and you'll have some homework to do between now and next Tuesday, which is our next class. So I believe, having taken some Year 10 Maths extras last year, having met some of you, that you've already done this. But I also know that people forget things because they don't use them. So I'll go over it again. So no need to panic if you've forgotten. And it's 1A and 1B today. Okay. So the first heading, and I'll leave it up to you whether you want to write this down or not. It's converting between a number and a percentage. So let's start with a definition. 100%. If I don't know what a percentage is, can you tell me what 100% means? 101. Okay, 100 over 1. Okay, so there's a percent symbol though, so that actually changes it slightly. Okay, it means 100 over 100. If you did really well on the test, what would you get? 100%. But what does that mean? You got everything right, yeah? Yeah. Okay. So you could get like 20 out of 20. Yeah, exactly. 22 out of 22. All right. So we kind of have this sense that 100% means the whole thing. You also learned another way to represent parts of a whole. Those things were called fractions and decimals. You've seen those, yeah? Okay. So the first thing we want to do is, if I give you any fraction or any decimal, I want you to be able to change that to a percentage. So this is just a reminder. Okay, so let's start with the number half. A lot of you will know that this is 50%, right? Yeah. Half is the same as 50%, but why? Why is that? So, in a moment, I'm going to give you a different fraction, which you don't know off by heart. But we still need a way to convert a fraction to a percentage. Does anyone remember what we're supposed to do to go from any number, which is not written as a percentage, to the percentage form? Times it by 100 over 1. I like it. And then you've got to add on the percent sign as well. So, to put this in words, multiply by 100 and add on the percent sign. One thing I've discovered teaching year 11s and 12s last year is that a lot of people are not comfortable with percentages. You will need this next year. So I want you to have a very good understanding of percentages. It will help you so much next year. So I invite you to get your calculator out and just double check how half times 100 does give you 50. And then we're going to do a different one. Now I'm going to give you 3/7. I'm going to guess that you don't have this one memorized. Unless you really like memorize lots of things.
So to convert a fraction, you just have to times it by 100?
That's it. And the calculator can do the rounding for you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright? So this one, unless you happen to know that 1 on 7 is 0.142857 recurring, you'll need to use the calculator. So, what's the step? Multiply by 100 and add a percent sign. What do you get? You should get around 42 or 43. 42 point. Okay, so we'll just use one decimal place. All right, do you feel confident that you can do this? Can you multiply by 100 and slap on a percent sign? I think you can do that. I have great faith in you and great confidence in you. All right. Every time I draw an arrow to do a process in maths, I'm always curious whether I can go in the other direction, whether I can go reverse. So you've all done some driving probably. You've driven forwards and you've driven backwards. Can we go the other way? So let's imagine. Nice. Okay, so let's start with one that we know. Many of you will know. Can I be listening? Ollie? Many of you will know that 20% is the same as 1/5 because 20 times 5 gives you 100. But if I didn't know that, I need a process that I can follow to get from 20% to 1/5. And Jess already suggested something. We should divide by 100. And we should remove the percent sign. Okay? So I'll write it in words for you. Divide by 100 and remove the percent sign. All right, now I'm going to give you one. I don't think that one fits into a percentage. Oh, thanks. 37.5%. Some of you might know this as a fraction. This actually appeared on the first assignment. But if you follow the process, take your calculator and divide it by 100, what do you get? 37.05. No, that's not what I'm expecting. Take your CAS out, put in the number 37.5, and divide. I know what I did. Divide by 100. What do you get? Yep. So that's okay. I'm happy with that. I will accept that as an answer. 0.375 or 3/8. Okay? So whenever you have a number, change it to a percentage, multiply by 100, slap on the percent sign. If you've got a percentage and you want to go back to a number, divide by 100 and remove the percent sign.
Well, sorry, we got 0.375.
Yep, and that's fine. So this is not a class about fractions. But if you simplify 375 over 1,000, you do get 3/8. But we're not worried about that today. Okay, let's do one more example. So sometimes you are asked to find a percentage of something. So let's imagine I had a test with 40 marks on it, and I said the pass mark is 25%. That means it's not a very hard test. And I have done that, unfortunately. I did set the pass mark at 30% last year for my year 11 exam. I won't do that to you this year. I learned from my mistake. Now, what does the word of mean in a mathematical context? Has anyone told you? This means times or multiplication. So every time you see the word 25% of something, it actually means 25% times something. This is going to be useful because now we know how to change 25% to a number. So, let's see, 25% is the same as 25 divided by 100, and I've removed the percent sign now. If you chuck that into a calculator, you get 0.25. If you know about the shortcut of moving the decimal point 2 places, you can do that. But I just want to sort of get through this a bit more quickly. I'll do a couple more examples as well. So if I have 43% and I divide by 100, I get 43 over 100. Turns out that's 0.43. 5% divide by 100%, I get 5 over 100. And it's the same as 0.05. There's another concept hiding behind percentages, and that is every percentage is a fraction out of 100 because we're dividing by 100. So I'm going to change 25% to 25 divided by 100. Sorry that I've skipped a little bit of that. I can go over it again if you want. The word of means times, and 40 stays the same. Okay? Now, you can just chuck that straight into your calculator. And it's 10, because 25% is a quarter. Let's do one more. I've deliberately chosen numbers this time where you won't be able to calculate the answer so easily. So, what's the first thing I should do? Suggestions. Okay, what are you going to put into the calculator though? I like it. So Jess is on the money here. But let me remind you. To convert a percentage to a number, take the percentage, divide it by 100, that's why the fraction has 100 here, and then remove the percent sign. Then the word of becomes a times. Then I've got 15 there. Alright, I can't do that one in my head. So you got the calculator. I mean, I can try, but I'll probably get it wrong. Okay, so I think this will be 1350 plus 675. So I'm going to say 19.75. Yeah. 20.25. Yeah, so I was off. Anyway. Oh, no. No, so I had the right numbers and then I just added them wrong. Okay. Okay, time's running away from us. Got about 20 minutes left. I want to cover the next part as well, but I want to check where you are. Yay, this is good, I can do this. I just need some practice, and you've lost me. Okay, alright. I am going to cover the next part then. However, remember, our next class is a week from now. Help is available as long as you seek it out. Okay? Alright, so we're just going to add one more layer on top of percentages to finish off today's class. So this is now 1b. And that is percentage increase and percentage decrease. Do you remember doing this last year? Okay. So let's start with an example. Increase the number 300 by 50%. Now, I think many of you can do this without doing a long calculation because you recognize that 50% is half. Half of 300 is 150, and 300 plus 150 will give you 450. Okay? But in the next example, I'm going to change numbers so that you can't do it that way. So we need a systematic approach or a recipe that we can follow to do a calculation like this.
Can you just do what you did before and make it do 50 over 100 times 300? Oh wait, can you get like the percentage of that number and then add it?
You could. I'm going to teach you a formula.
Yeah.
All right? And this is what's presented in your textbook. So to increase a number by r percent, so say 2, increase a number by r percent, multiply the number by 1 plus r divided by 100. So just think about it this way. The 50 over 100 here, that represents the 50%. And the 1 is actually 100%.
Wait, 1 plus.
Does that say R%?
Yes, r percent. So once you've written that down, have a look up here on the board. See how I've written 1 plus 50 divided by 100? The 1 is actually 100%. The 50 divided by 100 is 50%. And if I add the two together, I get 150%, which is what I want. I want to increase 100% by 50%. So when you look at this, it should make sense. Okay, so that goes into your calculator and you get 450. Now let's do one where you can't do it in your head. Let's increase the number 277 by 19%. I'm not even going to try to do that in my head. Okay, so help me out here. What calculation should I put into the calculator?
277 times 1 plus bracket, oh yeah, 1 plus 50 over 100.
19 over 100. Yep. Okay, and if you do that, what do you get?
What is 19 over 329 plus 60. Just hack into this.
329.63? Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, are you guys okay with this?
I like hacking. You literally have hacked this.
I can't hack. You'd be silly to try to hack the school from the school. Just like when you're on the school network. Like that's a new move.
There is like from experience at Monash University.
Okay. Do you want me to do one more? No. Okay. Good. All right. We're gonna do the opposite now. So to decrease a number by so instead of 1 plus r on 100, This time we're going to multiply by 1 minus r in 100. So let me do an example with you. Reduce 200 by 10%. So again, I think many of you can do this question without needing any calculation, because you know 10% is 1/10. 1/10 plus 200 is 20, and 200 minus 20 will give you 180. But when I check, that's right. Okay.
Oh, you're so good at me. Yeah.
All right. So if I were to spell this out, it will be 200 times 1 minus 10 divided by 100. So again, notice the 1 represents 100%, the original whole. And here I'm removing 10%. 100% minus 10% gives you 90%. So this should make sense as well. You should feel comfortable using this formula. Okay, it shouldn't feel like something that came out of nowhere that has no, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to you. It should make sense. All right, so if you do that, you'll get 180. And we'll do one more. So your first question is about a discount on the assignment. Now, the question on the assignment is slightly different to what I'm going to do here, so don't just copy and paste what I do here, you'll get the wrong answer. Okay? Let's say I want to buy, I don't know. Let's say I want to buy, pork mince for some spag bowl. Okay? So it's $13.99 a kilo at Foodworks, if I remember correctly. And I'm going to discount this by, 15%.
13.99 times bracket 1 or minus 15. Crap. Just hacking the calculator off the doctor. Oh yeah. Usually don't have it, but I don't see it.
And that's it. That's all I wanted to cover today. So if you could follow all of these calculations today, you're good to go to start 1A and 1B and complete it by next Tuesday, which is what I want you to do. But if you missed something, I'm sorry that I had to go a bit quickly. But we've lost quite a few classes due to events, including one coming up this Friday, swimming sports. And I want to keep us moving so that we do finish the course. All right, so given that we have we've got about 12 minutes left, so you have worked hard and you've listened well, so you can pretend to work, and I'll let it go today. But why not take your book out and get a couple of questions done as well while you're at it? You can work socially, as you always can. But you can be a bit more social today than usual. All right, thank you.